No, I have to edit everything because I talk way too much. If I didn't edit my videos, they'd be like 30-minute long videos.
Someone to take a photo of me.
So we just crossed the first state line, North Carolina into Georgia. Almost missed it. A couple of our friends came back, had to come see the sign. It's really easy to miss.
You're giving a running commentary.
You're in it now. So.
Yeah. Feeling good so far. Had a good night's sleep. Had a good campfire last night. Great people. Beautiful day. Still trying to crush out the miles to Franklin by Saturday. So, well, we got to our goal today. Down at Standing Indian Shelter. It was a short day because we put some extra miles in yesterday. Only 9.7 miles. When we got there, we were having a discussion about what the days look like to get to Franklin on Saturday. And if we had stayed at the shelter like we planned, it would have been 2 12-mile days. So, as a group, we decided to hike on to the next campsite, which is another 4.4 from the shelter. But to get to that 4.4 miles, we had to cross over Standing Indian Mountain, which is 5,700 feet, I believe. It's gonna be our first 5,000. I think maybe 5,400. I don't know. I'll check and correct myself on the video. So we had to hike up over Standing Indian Mountain and then down the other side. There's supposed to be some great pictures up at the top here, but they're doing a controlled burn around here in the forest somewhere, so we can't see shit. This has probably been the toughest day. It's gonna be our first 14-mile day. And I'm feeling it. I was feeling it when I got to camp, when I got to the shelter down there. I ate some food, lightened my pack up a bit, and then took off. So we finally made it to the top of Standing Indian Mountain or something like that, whatever this is called. Look at this view. Like, I don't think the camera does it justice, man.
Oh!
But it's beautiful. We're going downhill from here. Oh, it's way up there, dude. Look at that. You guys don't even understand how beautiful this is through this camera. God, I wish there was no smoke though.
It's still, man, it almost makes it better because the mountains get.
Dude, this is crazy. Got a little bit more walking to do today. Mostly downhill, I'm hoping. Sick of these fucking ups. North Carolina has not been friendly to us today. But for our first good view in North Carolina, I'll take this. Well, it's April, what is it, 13th today? It's April 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Woke up from, we actually made our 14-mile day yesterday. I was too tired to check in at the end of the day, but we woke up this morning and I was having some serious knee problems yesterday. And I felt pretty good this morning, but as I hike on, it's still starting to get to me again, so I'm gonna take it easy. We have a fairly easy day today anyway, so no sense in killing myself getting there. We got one more night here in the woods, and tomorrow we make it down to Franklin, get some beers, some burgers, shower, laundry. It's amazing how much you take that stuff for granted when you get to do it every day. But this is gonna be, by the time we get there, it's gonna be 10 days since the last time I showered. I don't think any of us have showered. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't even been able to really do a trail shower. I've been pretty beat every night, but yeah, again, it's crazy how much you take for granted when you're out in the city and then you come out in the woods for 10 days straight and you realize I need some beers, I need some food, and I need some shower. So anyway, we're just kind of pushing out 10 miles today, maybe more, I don't know, we'll see how we feel, but judging by the way my knee feels already, I don't know. Well, we just got down off forgot the name of the mountain now, but there's a fire tower up there. I'll get back to you on the name of it. It was our second 5,000 foot peak. It was like 5,200 or something like that. It was a great fire tower at the top. I skipped lunch to get there. It was probably the hardest time I've had on the whole trip. My knees, I'm really starting to have some knee problems here, my left knee, so I'm looking forward to that 0 day in a couple days. We're hiking into North Carolina, Franklin, North Carolina tomorrow morning. Probably got about 6 miles of trail walking to get there. I'm gonna resupply. My headlamp broke, so I gotta buy another headlamp or figure out what's wrong with mine. Today was a big milestone. We passed the 100-mile mark. Technically, we did the approach trail, so we passed the 100-mile mark before the White Blaze 100 mark, but there was I took a picture of the sign up there on the top of the mountain, the 100-mile mark, and then it was actually technically 99.5 miles, so down the trail a little ways, someone had put 100, like the number 100 out of sticks on the trail to show where the actual 100-mile mark of the White Blazes are. I'm never skipping lunch again. I said that about breakfast the other day, and you'd think I would have learned my lesson, but we didn't think it was going to be as far or hard of a hike it was to get to that fire tower, so it's going to be nice to get in there, do some laundry, take a shower, get some beers, some city food. I've been eating a lot of just, you know, food you can pack out, ramen, instant potatoes, tuna fish and Spam and all that nasty stuff, so I'm getting sick of that. I need to get some real food. Soda, man, I've been craving a nice cola. I can tell you that my health, even though we've only been doing this for 10 days tomorrow, or 14 days tomorrow, I'm sorry. My health has already greatly increased. I don't get out of breath as easily. I mean, obviously you're out here walking, you're gonna get out of breath, but when I first started, I had to take breaks going up hills and stuff like that, and now it's kind of just cruise control. Keep walking. I'm still getting some pains and some soreness, and you know, at the end of the day, you just gotta kick your shoes off and love your feet, because your feet and your ankles and your knees are what's gonna get you all the way to Maine in the long run.
Dude, how much does that weigh?
Probably nothing. So it's been a rough weekend for me. We're down here in Franklin, North Carolina. I did laundry with my buddies, and we were sitting down outside talking, and I pulled out my debit card and my driver's license, and I said, as long as I got these two cards on me, nothing can go wrong. 3 hours later, those two cards are gone. Disappeared without a trace. So I tried to drown my sorrows away with some alcohol. Got way too drunk. Didn't wake up Sunday until like 5 p.m. I'm a bad influence, kids. Don't do what I do. So I called and canceled my card, and they sent a new one to my home address, and then someone at my house will overnight it to me where I'm at when they get it. Not everything can be perfect. Not everything's gonna be great. So we're hiking our asses up to the hostel to catch a shuttle up to Winding Stair Gap. Other than all the really crappy stuff that's happened to me here in Franklin, it's actually a nice place. I would recommend staying here if you're doing the trail. Great people. Some great drinking establishments if you're into that kind of thing. So we got out here. It's snowing a little bit. The trees are covered with snow. We have a low of 29 degrees tonight. So this snow is gonna be sticking around. That's city elevation, so depending on how high we are up, regardless, it's gonna be a cold night. You can see everything's just covered in snow. How you feeling back there, boys?
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go too. It's been a rough weekend. I'm glad to be back on the trail. Put those bad times behind me and move on. Got a full pack, got full water, hiked out a couple slices of pizza, a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. No complaints from my end. I already got my new debit card shipped out. Last night was cold. We had a pretty good group down at the shelter. It was so cold last night, we only hiked about 4.5 miles to the first shelter because we wanted to snag a spot in the shelter. I wasn't trying to hammock in the low 20s. As you can see behind me and all around me, the trail's fucking snow. How you doing back there? Awesome. We're hiking about 12 today to a shelter called Cold Springs. Hopefully that whole group we were with last night makes it out there because we had a lot of fun. A lot of cool people. It's cold out this morning. I started out with a couple layers on. It didn't take long for me to strip it. It's a weird combination because the sun's warm, but that wind is pretty brutal. But I'm comfortable. My arms are a little bit chilly, but the rest of my body's comfortable. Yeah, so I had a rough night after all the stuff that's happened to me recently. I laid down. So we hiked 14 miles yesterday, and I strung my hammock up. I was sitting down, taking the load off my feet a little bit, and then I heard a giant rip, and my ass hit the ground. My hammock just ripped, just gave out on me. Luckily, I'm only one day, not even a day, I'm 9 miles away from the NOC where I can buy a new hammock. Luckily, I have an awesome friend. I use the term awesome a little bit loosely in this case, but he's at least all right. He's gonna let me borrow a little bit of money to make sure I stay out here, and I'll pay him back maybe if he's lucky. Okay, he's actually the best person on this entire planet. Yeah. So we just camped outside of the NOC. It's the Nantahala Outdoor Center in North Carolina. Camped right by the river. It was great. It was beautiful. I rolled my ankle pretty bad yesterday. It was pretty swollen. I did it early in the morning, and I hiked probably 7 miles with it, hurting pretty bad. This morning, last night I got into camp. I elevated it. I wrapped it up with a shirt to give it some compression. And I iced it in the river a few times yesterday. The swelling went down pretty significantly, so I took a couple ibuprofens and taped it up with some Leuco tape. And I'm gonna try to hike through it. It's not a very serious sprain, but it's bruised, so